You son of a bitch!
Welcome to Goatchips, you beautiful folks.
Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of Goatchips. My name is Sean.
My name is John.
Yes, that is his name. This is the inaugural episode. What are we doing with this podcast, Sean? What's the goal?
I honestly have no idea. Well, I mean, we're gonna have to see where it goes, you know?
We have to see where it goes. That's pretty much how it goes. We're just gonna be talking about random shit. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, how are you, John? How's the
I'm doing pretty
how's the
good,
life
man.
going?
You know, working and shit.
Yep, working
Same
and
stuff
shit.
every day.
Well, respect the grind.
Yes, sir.
Well,
you know
what? You go ahead.
You know what? Honestly, so I have a story for you.
Okay, go ahead.
So, have you ever heard of the movie Paranormal Activity?
Of course.
Okay. So, I think it was just last night that I was watching it. And I don't know what about that movie makes it scary, but like the thing is with me, the whole way through the movie really isn't that scary, you know? But like at the very end, I don't know why, but that shit gets me every single time. That shit gave me nightmares.
I don't think I've ever seen a Paranormal Activity from beginning to end.
Really?
No. Well, I mean, I remember, I think Paranormal Activity 4, I know, like, once horror movies go past, like, the second or third movie, then they start just becoming shitty recycles, but,
yeah,
I think the fourth movie was on cable or something, and I was too scared to watch it, so I didn't watch all of it, but...
Yeah, it's really not that good. The third one, I said, fuck it, skip the second one, watch the third one, and it was terrible. I had no idea what was
They never
going on.
have, like, there's no, like, continuity, is there? Like, in between, like, the first entry and
Not
the second
really.
entry? Not typically,
Hell no.
I'm sure.
You know what? I'm really confused about, like, horror movies nowadays because they're always... I feel like they're always these cheap, cheesy, scary movies that have these really cheap fucking jump scares.
There's something about the cheesy horror movies that kind of like when I was a kid, they kind of scared me more, and I don't know why. I don't know what psychology that means, but like just the low production value and the shitty writing. The best.
I don't know. I feel like as children, we're a bit more vulnerable to like being scared because we really haven't developed I don't know. I don't want to like be psychologist fucking John over here, but I don't know. I feel like we're more vulnerable to scary things. We really haven't developed kind of like a scare factor, you know?
I remember I saw a Criminal Minds episode or something like that where there was like this boxer or something. It was some guy and his arm was broken and he went into the middle of like a boxing octagon. Yeah. And he had a gun, and he was like, "The gun doesn't even work, see?" And he shot himself in the head. That's probably a real crude, reenactment or retelling of how that scene went. It probably went differently than how I remember. I just remember that, and it stuck with me for some reason. Not like seriously, but just like it kind of stayed with me. Like I didn't lose sleep over it, but
God, what is that about kids, man?
I don't know.
I really wonder.
Just the stupid things.
Yeah,
kids are stupid. Anyway, we wanted to start off the podcast light. We didn't expect to start with horror stuff, but I guess that's just how it went. John and I are both fans of the game The Last of Us. Typically the first game. We didn't really like how the direction of the second game, but that's not really the point.
Good Lord. That game, man.
Yeah. So I like to play video games. I do enjoy it.
I have a really big problem, man. I mean, it's hard to explain because when you bring up The Last of Us, it's a really perfect example of how disappointed I am in games nowadays. It feels like
it's that whole it ruins games for you kind of mentality.
It feels like these AAA games are just going downhill.
Yeah.
And I really wonder what it is. I feel like it's the money. And I feel like they're just doing it for the money, man.
I mean, like game companies are like corporatized now.
Yeah. And it's really disappointing.
Yeah. You watch one E3 week. I don't know I can't remember if they had like a real genuine E3 this week. I don't think they had E3, but I think they just had their own separate conferences that, kind of
Good lord.
equal E3. But I don't know, when you watch them, you can kind of just tell that they don't really care about the gamer anymore. They kind of just care about the consumer. They think they look at they look at gamers like they're consumers, basically.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. I don't know how you go from The Last of Us 1 to such amazing games, to such the connections between characters was genuine. I feel like it
Yeah.
was very genuine.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know exactly, because I'm not a writer, and I don't I don't write stories, and I don't write good stories. On top of that,
Yeah.
I mean, when I do write stories, I don't write good stories, like real stories that stick with you. But so I can't say exactly what it is about The Last of Us Part One that that really connects with your psychology as like I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that made that happen. And when it comes to the second game, I don't know what, like, you can tell the game's different. Like whether you like the second game or the first game or both, then you still have to acknowledge that the stories are different and they're trying to say different things. You know?
See, man, like I just feel like the developers just really messed up, though. You know, like
Yeah. Well, we won't get too into that because
yeah,
that fire died down a long time ago.
yeah.
But I'll get back to that. Anyway, I do like to play games, but I also like stories, good stories.
Oh yeah,
You know,
anyone does, man.
and that's why The Last of Us is so special. And anyway, the whole point of this is, The Last of Us is coming to HBO, which is news that everybody knew at this point. And IGN came out with an article a few days ago.
Yeah.
Talking about an interview with Neil Druckmann, writer, and I think did I send you the link to that? The link to that?
I think you did. I'm not sure. I'm really kind of still kind of naked to the whole situation with the HBO.
Yeah. Well, here. So the title, kind of shrinks the butthole at first read.
Jesus.
If you're a fan of the first game and you're worried if they're going to be, faithful to how the first game's story went. This is the title. It says The Last of Us HBO show season 1 adapts the first game, but will, quote, deviate greatly in some episodes. And reading it at first, it makes you think that they might change some things because the story might feel outdated in some spots.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, I don't really see personally, I don't really see how they could really change it a whole lot, Yeah, like it's kind of hard to see that because every time they make like a show or a movie based off of a game, I feel like it doesn't particularly like the end result isn't really there at all.
What do you mean?
'Cause,
Elaborate on that. Like when they change the story, if they change the story?
Yeah, because like for a really good example, remember when we seen that Assassin's Creed movie?
I don't think we saw that. I don't think I saw that.
Really?
No, I don't think so. Did you see it with someone else? Did you see it with Aaron or something?
I think we both seen it with Aaron.
I don't think I've ever seen that. No, that was when we watched Alien, the new Alien movie, the latest one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I yelled penis at the loud parts.
Good lord.
No, I never saw Assassin's Creed. Anyway, go ahead. When they adapt,
it's pretty bad. Like it's very bad.
Yeah.
I slept through the movie. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was. I feel like there's always. I feel like it's never expected from like what the game. I don't know where I'm getting, but
well, historically, game adaptations or movie adaptations rather from games don't really translate well.
Yeah,
but they usually have different writers. I don't really know the logistics. I don't know if like the people who worked on the original material are also part of the game.
I'm hoping this Last of Us HBO shit.
Yeah, this one is
really. I'm hoping it is good, man, because that'd be awesome.
Well, I have faith. I have faith at least in season 1, because here's what it says.
Season 1.
Here's what it says. This is a quote from think, yeah, this is a quote from Neil. He says, "We talked at length that season 1 of the show is going to be the first game. The philosophical underpinnings of the story are the essential thing to get right about the adaptation."
Mm-hmm.
So I think they'll keep the core story elements, but this was the part that he says, "Things sometimes stay pretty close. It's funny to see my dialogue there from the games in HBO scripts, so they are, it's going directly,
How badass is if they make that show for long enough? How badass is it going to be when they go into the high school scene in the gym with the
with the
bloater?
bloater.
How
I don't
badass is
know.
that going to be?
I don't know if I wonder if they'll change it at all, like change the
I
look of
really
the
hope they
bloater.
don't.
Yeah,
The bloater looks badass.
there's only so many things you can fuck with before they.
Or the clickers. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god. That will be so cool.
And he goes on to say, and sometimes they deviate greatly to much better effect because we're dealing with a different medium. So it's clarified right there that whatever they change, script wise or story wise, I think they're just gonna be, because a lot of the character development moments between Joel and Ellie take place during gameplay.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna, I think they'll be like just changing that so that they can adapt it to a TV show script and change the pacing because we're not in control of the characters. So
You just play a third person fucking HBO show. They're just playing through the game.
what the hell? That'd be dumb.
That'd be very dumb.
So yeah, I think that's good news. I think a few of the
I'm hoping
pivotal.
for the best. I'm just hoping for the best.
Yeah, I mean, I'm I was I it's not I don't want to like offend people when I say this, but it's not The Last of Us Part 2 yet. It's still, they're focusing on the first part of the game, and I don't know if it'll be exact, like I don't know if the feeling will be the same since they have kind of questionable roles to play as Joel and Ellie.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the people they chose will have the same chemistry that Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson did for the game.
You never know though, man.
Yeah, well, they pulled it off.
Work.
They pulled off Heath Ledger playing the Joker.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like, have you ever seen Heath Ledger in any other movie besides The Dark Knight?
Honestly,
you can
no.
you can besides like the facial structure or something, you can barely like
God, the
point
Joker,
out
man.
any similarities.
What a good fucking movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. And so I had a few questions about this whole HBO stuff.
Yeah.
In relation to, if they're mapping the story of the first game to the first season, then I would assume that they're doing that with the second game. So I had a couple questions, and one of them is like, because the second game is twice as long, it's like a 25-hour game.
Good lord, man.
Like, if they keep all of the elements of that story, all of the different subplots and everything, if they keep those in the game, then it could take more than a second season to fully flesh out everything going on in the plot. Because I don't know, because Game of Thrones, right? Game of Thrones is 10 episodes every season.
Yeah.
And those are based on the books, right?
Yeah.
So, obviously there's some cutting down that has to happen so that they can necessitate, the length of 10 episodes of like, 49 minutes each. But there were a lot of complaints from fans of the game, or fans of the first game rather.
Yeah.
About the general awkward pacing of the second game's story and the what they called useless subplots and everything. So
I'm scared for it, man.
I'm just wondering if Neil Druckmann took into account these complaints from the fans of the first game, and if he did, then would he like take out certain elements of the second story so that it would necessitate the 10 episodes, and that's just a theory. I don't think they probably won't stick with 10 episodes just because they do that with HBO. I've never watched any other HBO show besides Game of Thrones, so
I don't know. I feel like it's going to be the same result as like say they do make a second season and it's about the second game. I'm scared because I feel like it could. Because everyone, it's basically 50-50 if you ask someone about The Last of Us 2. They either hate it or they love it.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering what. So people that haven't played the game, and if they watch it, see, that's where it gets tricky because. So they play the first game, or they watch the first season. It's completely different it's going to be completely different than the game because they have to add in different elements because it would be awkward if it was
Yeah.
just a third person
Well, a lot of
HBO show.
um what am I trying to say? A lot of the flaws of The Last of Us Part 2's story is simply the placing of some of the stuff. Like some of it can be a lot more effective if they just changed the the locations of all of these story points. Like the flashbacks are
Yeah.
awkwardly placed. And the fact that
Very.
yeah, and spoiler alert, if you haven't played the game, just go play the game. Or just don't. I don't care. It's popular opinion that the game would have, like, Joel's death would have been a lot more effective if we played as Abby up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
It would have hit more. It would have struck a chord, but it happens 2 hours into the game, and then you see, if you kill a beloved character that early into the game, Nakey Jakey pointed this out on his YouTube video on this, his latest
Yeah.
one. If you kill Joel that early into the show, or the game rather, the expectations for the game are going to go way up, and our how much we like Abby goes way down, and they have to build that up,
Exactly.
and they shot themselves in the foot by doing that. And Joel had to die. That's pretty obvious,
Yeah.
because he has to pay.
Yeah.
He has to pay for what happened in the first game. I was expecting him to die.
Mm-hmm. I think everyone was, honestly.
Yeah, well, I mean, it had to. I mean, it had to go out. I don't know how Arthur Morgan dies in Red Dead 2. Oh,
I feel like Joel should have had like a warrior's death,
yeah, something like
like
that.
going out fighting.
Yeah, something that wasn't so depressing. And I know it's not true to life, but I mean, for fuck's sake, it's a zombie game. Like everything has to be, like everything has to go perfectly, like it would in real life. And that's better. I mean, because we can apply that to real life. But I mean, I just don't think they didn't do it right. And I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about writing, so I don't know how they should have done it.
I just, spoiler again, major spoiler alert. I'm just very, very disappointed how they ended it. And that's what really disappoints me. Not only that, but how we have to play as Abby, how they try to make us feel bad for Abby,
Yeah. Well,
And
I
it's
mean,
like,
I honestly don't think Abby is a bad character. I think we could have empathized with her if they tried a little harder, because people say that they just don't like that Joel died or whatever, and that's not necessarily the case.
Mhm.
Like they just had to do it better, because Abby's not that bad of a character, and people like us who loved the first game and had so much hype for the second game, like tell me that you weren't trying to like care for the story. I remember, like, when you and I were playing through the game when it first came out, and
Yeah.
you kept telling me,
Yeah, I remember.
You kept saying, we didn't talk about our doubts about the game.
No, we
I
didn't.
remember we were going on
high
walks. We were
hopes.
going on walks through the woods, and you were listening to the song where Ellie sings "Take on Me."
Oh my god, that was such an emotional moment,
Yeah, it's a good song too. It's a good cover. She's got a good voice, and that's not even her best. Off topic, but that's not even Ashley Johnson's like real singing voice. They had to actually like train her to sing worse. Isn't that weird?
Jeez.
Anyway, yeah, we wanted to love this game. That's basically my point.
We've been waiting so long, so many years of anticipation for a really good, well-made game.
It's 4. I don't know. I think 4 fucking years.
God, man.
And it was almost delayed again, but they were like, nah.
So disappointing.
Yeah.
But you know, I really liked the music in The Last of Us 2. I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
even
of
gonna lie
course.
about that. I think
Gustavo
The
was
Last
fucking
of Us 2
incredible.
music was a little.
It felt absent.
Yeah.
Like
I really like the song Collateral.
oh yeah,
That was.
yeah, that's awesome. And I love the credits song.
Oh yeah.
I remember when they first revealed that song at like some PlayStation thing, and
Or
everyone,
Ellie's song.
yeah, the one that's like when she puts
Yeah,
down the
yeah.
guitar and walks away. I remember when they first um released that song, and everybody in the comments of that video, you know, back when they allowed YouTube comments on videos about part 2, they were like, oh, just by hearing this song you can tell how different the game is going to be. And I was like, oh yeah, dude, that's because they're going to new places. But I didn't really understand what they were saying, because they were going new
Yeah.
places, but you know. So um have you
God.
gone on the subreddits for The Last of Us Part 2?
Oh my goodness, yes, I
There's the
have.
Last of Us Part 2 subreddit, and everyone fucking hates the game, right?
Oh
And then
my
and then
God.
there's r/The Last of Us, when you know, it's full of people who like the game and they enjoy the game and all that. Um, Shortly after the game came out, I found an old post on
Yeah.
The Last of Us, r/The Last of Us. This is the one that generally loves the game.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a lot of quote unquote haters on there, right?
Yeah.
And this post had 291 likes, and you know, that's not representative of the whole subreddit, but I'm just saying that, you know. So here it is. Ready?
Yeah.
He says, fucking hate the Joel is dead theory. I mean, come on. Do you guys really think Naughty Dog would use such a cliche to draw out emotion from the fans? This is 3 years ago, by the way. If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, they even said that they wouldn't use such a tactic to tell a story. Them killing Joel and making Ellie go after his killers is just a cheap and predictable story plot, which is way below the Naughty Dog standard. And just think about it. Are you telling me that Ellie is hallucinating Joel walking all the way from outside, imagine him walking up slowly with a gun in his hand and going through that hallway to meet her? That's the trailer that they, you know,
Hmm.
trailer that they, the initial trailer. If he just appeared from the shadows or just showed up at the door, I'd be more, yeah, you know, I'd be more
Yeah.
convinced. And because that's where it cuts off, that's where the screenshot cuts off. So that's interesting. Because after the game came out, then they started censoring all of the people that had a minor problem with the story.
That's messed up.
And it's not because I'm not going to blame them for being like censors or anything, because they're just like shrill people. I think they have genuine reason, because they were fucking assholes that hated the game. You
Yeah.
know?
It's really complicated with this game. It's so touchy. Everything is so touchy. If you really talk to anyone about it, it's like I said, it's 50-50, man. And you know, the more I look at it, I'm not gonna say it's a bad game, but there was a lot of innovation. I felt like there was a lot of innovation in
Oh
the
yeah, of
game,
course.
but it was just not. The end product was just not good.
It was just the writing. I mean, it's simple as that. I mean, the game was fun to play when it was like gameplay part, because
Yeah.
they did make a little, you know, tweaks to improve the gameplay, and
Yeah.
it looked beautiful, of course.
But the story dragged,
There's just,
man.
yeah,
It
and it really
dragged.
sucks, because that's why you buy the game. That's why you buy a game from The Last of Us, like franchise,
Mm-hmm.
is for the story. So I don't know. I guess I'm hoping, I'm hoping when HBO Last of Us season 1 comes out, that they can that they can show us that they didn't abandon, you know, the love that comes out
The
of the first
connection.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't think they did, but you know, it's not like they have to prove that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't
I
know,
think
man.
that's everything with that game, man, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but imagine if they made a third.
You know, I
I feel like it's plausible, but
yeah, I think so.
will I
And you
get
know
it?
what? You
I
know
don't
what?
know.
I'm still gonna fucking buy it, and I'm still gonna play it. You know? Yeah. Well, granted, it's gonna be at the end of the PS5 era, because
Yeah.
that's the trend they seem to be following with all these PlayStation releases. But I'm still gonna buy it, and I'm still gonna play it. And if it sucks, it sucks. I don't care. The first game just it you know, the characters aren't the same, but I love the
I
universe.
I hope, back then, after playing the first Last of Us, I would have been 100% okay if they didn't make another game.
That's really the shitty part, is that we wished mostly for another game when the first game was out, or at least I did. And then they
Yeah.
came out with the second game, and then just all of the drama and all of the unsatisfaction with that some people felt for the game. Then you know, the grass is greener is what I'm saying. We wish we could go back to the time when, you know, the magic of the franchise was still there.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It's weird.
Yeah, I just hope. I remember seeing this on a Reddit, but they were like, "Yo, Naughty Dog, this is your time to make a DLC where Ellie kills Abby at the end."
A mod. If it was on
Yeah.
PC, they'd mod it. Well,
Oh my
they do have
god.
mods, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I just always thought that was funny.
yeah. So, let's change the subject
Yeah.
to something a little more, you know, easy to digest.
Yeah.
Does shaving your asshole,
Oh boy.
does like, should more people shave their asshole? Do you think, Sean?
Hell yeah, man. I feel like that's just basic hygiene, you know?
Basic hygiene.
Yeah, that's
So,
just hygiene.
so you shave your asshole, correct?
Correct.
I know I was gambling by revealing that, but hey, who cares?
Oh boy.
Um,
I don't know, man. Like when you fucking, I don't want to feel your ass hairs.
when you're
You
fucking,
know? Yeah, when you're having sex with someone, like
when you're banging someone, you don't want to feel your own ass hairs.
no, or like I don't
Oh,
know.
the
I don't know where I'm
persons.
going, but like yeah.
Who are you? I don't know who you've banged that had a bunch of ass hairs, but
No. I've never been with someone like that, but like you know,
yeah, okay, I get
that's
you.
just something that's very undesirable.
So, quick story time. You know,
Yeah.
I was in the car with a buddy, and he was telling me about like how he shaved his asshole once, and he said that like whenever he wiped his ass, then it was like he felt like he missed because nothing was on the toilet paper, you know. And
Yeah.
I was dumb enough and tired enough to think that he was, because what I didn't know at the time, because I was tired, was that he was like reciting a comic bit, like a bit that he heard from a comic. But I thought it was my friend telling me about how much he benefited from shaving his ass hairs. So I was like, oh man, I should really try that. So
And did you?
of course I did. It was the next shower I took, I just scraped off my butt hairs, and
Oh boy.
so, you know, everything leading up to when the hairs start to grow back and they're like prickly as hell
Oh god.
on
That's
your peach halves.
uh,
Everything up until then is actually it's pretty all right. You know, I did the wiping stuff. Now, I think that's just where all the poop goes. It just stays on your butt hairs.
it definitely does because when you wipe it just feels so clean, man.
Yep. So you do it on a regular basis?
Yeah. Probably. Yeah,
why,
I'd say so.
why do you got to think about it? It's yes or no.
I don't know because I gotta remember the last time I did.
You do it more often than you don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. I should probably start. People at home, start shaving your asshole. Here,
Don't shave your asshole, then
you fill up the silence. I'm gonna look up the benefits.
the benefits. I mean, I don't know, man. You ever? Well, there's also cons to that. I mean, whenever you flush or when you're taking a shit, you have that possibility of the water in the toilet bowl coming back up and hitting your
Oh.
asshole directly with
What
water.
does that have to do with shaving your hairs?
I don't know, because your hairs catch the water sometimes, man.
So doesn't it come off once you wipe? That's still in the same place that you wipe.
Yeah, but you don't have the fucking con of water going up your asshole.
Okay. So I am on. Fuck do you pronounce this? allnigeaentertainment.com. And
Yeah.
they've got an article here on the benefits of hairs around your anus. You
Oh
ready?
boy. Yes, sir.
Butt hair, like pubic hair, can prevent chafing. These thick, coarse hairs protect patches of skin from rubbing against each other. This is why some people have thicker hair between their butt cheeks. It helps prevent painful chafing and irritation. Now, I scroll down a little bit, and there's this title that says, "Should I shave the hair around my anus?" Anus is in all caps, in case you had to know. And they say, "Don't shave," in like bold 3 exclamation points. Don't shave that hair. Anus. Exactly.
Anus.
So yeah, I guess I'm not going to say why because I'm too lazy to go through the actual text part, but All Nigeria Entertainment says don't shave that ass hair, but don't listen to them. Try it for yourself. See if it's
Don't listen to them.
Yeah, see if it's good for you.
Who cares about hygienists, man?
Yeah. You know, if I was homeless and didn't have a gal, I would totally shave every hair on my body.
Really?
And go up to people. Yes, eyebrows and everything.
Oh my god. What about eyelashes?
Ooh, I don't know. I didn't think about that. Well, you can't really shave eyelashes. I'd be scared of
How
like
would you
scraping my
do that?
eyeball. I don't know. I think I'd pluck them.
Holy shit! Wait,
You ever plucked your eyebrows? Try it.
wait. Look it up. How can you get rid of all of your eyelashes and
Well,
everything?
you can burn them.
Yeah, but like
How
that'd be
to-
super fucking painful.
How to get rid of eyelashes? Why would you look that up ever in your life? Eyelash.
I don't know, man. This is fucking America. Who the hell cares?
Yeah, I mean, eyelashes that. Well, seeing how no human on Earth wants to get rid of their eyelashes, I don't think that's a thing you could just look up on the internet.
You never know, man. I remember that one guy. I think his name was Mo. On Impractical Jokers, got rid of his
Mo?
something
The
like
hell are you
that.
talking about?
I haven't watched
Fucking Three
Impractical.
Stooges
Oh
ass.
my god.
I think you're thinking of
Impractical-
Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Joe Gatto.
He got rid of his eyelashes.
Really?
Not eyelashes, eyebrows. Remember that?
Oh, that was Murr.
Murr. Okay, yeah.
You mixed Murr and Joe. Why don't you get
God,
cultured,
man.
dude? I love Impractical Jokers.
I used to watch a lot, but I don't know.
I
think Jackass is funnier.
You know, two different realms of humor, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I think they're both essential to the average viewer.
Who the hell
You ever
would
watch
like
those
fucking
philosophy
Jackass,
of wisecracks?
No, I haven't.
You don't know the channel Wisecrack?
I actually don't.
Okay.
Tell me about it.
Never mind then. Well, I know they just post some like soft psychology stuff. It's pretty interesting actually, and they did a recent one on Jackass. It would have had more impact if you knew the channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to do that with my life. I'd love to just fuck around with people with microphones.
That would be hilarious.
I feel like this is just me talking out my ass, but I feel like I would be fearless like Joe.
I'd like to think I am, but at the same time, gonna have that one Karen.
That one Karen.
God.
Well, there's plenty of
Yeah.
those. That's the fun part though. That's the stuff that gets views.
Oh yeah.
Karens.
Karen. You know what?
This is our first episode, everybody. So we're sorry if we have trouble filling in the silences. We'll get better at it through time.
We're professionals.
Yes, we are the pros.
Going back to games, though, you know what I find fucking hilarious?
What?
And you know I find this hilarious. Fucking NPC glitches.
Of course, that's a classic.
NPC glitches or like just any AI bug in the game.
Of course.
I think that shit is just great.
That shit is the bee's knees.
Like, what's that one clip where those two guys came up together?
Oh, that's
in
Oblivion.
And they had they had the
Oblivion.
same voice.
Oblivion is the AI Bible right there. You know, all
Oh,
the Elder
boy.
Scrolls games are awkward. You know, all the ones that have like working AI, like modern AI from like Morrowind up to Skyrim. But Oblivion is the king of them because they tried to. I don't know if you know the Radiant AI system where they had like their own. They had like their own schedules, all of the different NPCs. It was actually pretty
Yeah.
innovative, but it just didn't really work out. It was good on paper.
Yeah.
That's about it. Ah, that game's fucking funny. It adds to the charm.
I've never played it yet, but I heard Cyberpunk was terrible at launch.
You know, I've heard mixed because you know at launch you've heard that was like the biggest story in a long time when it came. I don't know. It was just a huge story. It was all
How
over YouTube.
buggy the game was.
Yeah, how terrible the game was.
Like how
I've heard the story.
the guy in the wheelchair just gets up and runs.
Oh yeah, of course. and when let's say you have like an NPC like 15 feet away from you, and you do a crime or something, and they start running away. If you look the other way and then look back in like a split second, then all those NPCs are gone.
That reminds me of GTA.
Really?
Like, you know, in GTA, like where you're trying to get a car, right?
Okay.
So you start running out in the middle of the road, you look forward, and then you keep looking back and hope that cars spawn.
I hope that cars spawn.
Yeah, you know.
I don't think I've ever played.
The cars will spawn out of nowhere. Like, if you just look forward for a little while and then look back, it'll eventually, like, cars will eventually spawn. It's so dumb.
I've never played a GTA past. I've never played a GTA. Okay. The only time I played a GTA is GTA Vice City. That's the only one I've seriously played. That's, you know, back on the PS2. And I'm 18 years old. You know, I should have played, you know, like I've never owned anything besides that, and I've never tried to play it. So, I don't know.
And then now we're having GTA 5 on the
PS3, on the third
PS4,
console in a row.
And PS5.
I'm not a GTA kid, so I guess I'm not really too pissed about that, but it's kind of funny from an outside perspective.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'm a fan, but it's still pretty funny.
The amount of detail that Red Dead 2 had, you know, how much of a delay did that have on GTA 6? You know?
I really don't know, man, but like it had to be a factor.
Of course it had to be a factor. Well, I mean, like, I think they started making The Last of Us after Uncharted 2. Like, right after Uncharted 2 went out. And they split Naughty Dog into two teams. And one of them made The Last of Us, and one of them made Uncharted 3.
Yeah.
And, so... And, you know, The Last of Us was, you know, the best of the best graphics back in that day. So,
oh, yeah.
So, I don't know.
Amazing.
I think maybe they could do it. But GTA, Grand Theft Auto has such a name now. Ever since GTA 4, it's become like what it is now. Like the name that, or the kind of reputation that's connected to the GTA franchise ever since GTA 4. And I don't know. And you know,
I love GTA 4, man.
Red Dead Redemption is all. There's just two. Well, no, I guess there's Red Dead Revolver, but I don't know if you would count that.
Oh God, I don't think we really.
I don't even know what that is. Is that just multiplayer cowboys, or is there like an actual campaign? Red Dead. Wait, what did I just say?
Red Dead Revolver.
Yeah, Red Dead Revolver.
Is that even connected to Red Dead?
I'm pretty sure it is. It's by Rockstar, isn't it? Yeah, it's Rockstar.
I know the The cover for the game looks so goofy.
Yeah.
It's like some guy just
I
fucking
wish
around.
I wish game covers went back to like the art,
Yeah.
you know, instead of just some like dude with a gun. Naked Jakey did a video on this. If you can't tell, I like Naked Jakey, everybody. He did a video a while back, like 3 years ago,
Yeah.
about like the death of like video game box art.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at like those old,
Crash Bandicoot. Is
I
that
can't-
really counted though?
I can't recall that. I can't recall what the cover looks like on that. But I mean, like I'm talking old, like
Very old.
NES old.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
like an artist sat down and made those, but now it's just all like thrown in on Photoshop and then like okayed by some like higher up asshole. Or
It's pretty lazy.
I don't know. What the hell do I know? Yeah, exactly. It's always the same like person with a gun or person looking
Or
at
Call
the
of
ground.
Duty, it's always like some fucking
Shameless Naked Jakey
1,
plug
2,
or
3.
Naked Jakey steal. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Like it just shows symbols, man. Like this year, I don't know, man. COD's a whole fucking title itself. Good lord.
COD's a whole what?
It's just a whole different section itself, man, to talk about. COD
Call
is
of Duty.
terrible.
I haven't like campaign wise. I don't think I've played a Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 3.
Really?
Yeah, because shortly after. Oh, except Call of Duty Ghosts. Yes, everybody. I fucking religiously played Call of Duty Ghosts. Fucking sue me. I don't care. That game. That game. I'm gonna look back at that game in another like year or so, and it's gonna be like nostalgic as hell.
Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 was my fucking
Yours. I don't think I ever.
childhood,
I don't
man.
think I played the campaign to those, but
The
they
zombies.
revolutionized zombies, I guess.
Oh, I'm not even kidding. When I first got I don't remember how old I was. I was young. I was about 12.
I don't know how old
Me neither. I don't know
Black
how
Ops 3
old it
is,
is
or Black
exactly.
Ops, not Black Ops 3, Black Ops 1,
But Black Ops 1, I was pretty young.
2010.
And 2010, I was 10 years old. Okay. So when I first got that game, my dad bought it for me. And I had to convince him to get it for me, man. Because, M-rated games and parents
Yeah,
are
of course.
kind of uptight about all that because of language. But so I play it and I go on the zombies. I thought it was really cool, but like going back to horror and that, I don't know what about it, man. It terrified me as a kid.
Of course, man. It
Zombies.
terrifies people now. Oh, the zombies.
Yeah, the first time I went up against the Hellhounds, oh my god, I think I quit. I think I
Really?
quit.
You were that scared?
I think I actually just paused it and quit the game because I didn't want to get chased by dogs.
I don't ever
man.
recall being scared by Black Ops, but everybody around me, like all the kids around me who played Call of Duty, they always played, like the Easter eggs and everything. And I know you do that.
Yeah.
You did all that Easter egg shit. But
yeah.
I literally just tried to survive. I didn't even think the Easter eggs were possible. Like, how do you even know how to do that unless you look up online?
YouTube, man. That's honestly all I do.
I don't think YouTube was in my life, and like seriously.
Oh, I don't think YouTube was in my life till I was about what, 15, 16?
Really?
I think maybe even later than that, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm being 100% serious because I remember my parents did not let me watch YouTube as a kid.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Learn something new every day, man.
I know we're jumping all around, but was your dad a gamer at all?
No, but my mom was.
Yeah,
she
really?
played a lot of Crash Bandicoot, and that's why
awesome.
I was super into Crash Bandicoot.
No, like modern stuff?
No, not really. No.
When I was growing up, we had game consoles, but I was never allowed to play like half the games because so my dad had this game. Do you know what Beowulf is?
No.
It's like an originally it's like an old myth.
Yeah.
told like orally, like it was an oral tradition story, like down generations. Then it was written down, and now it's like a classic epic poem. I have a copy if you ever want to read it. It's not that long.
Yeah.
But there was a movie about it in like 2007 or something like that, 2008, and then they made a game out of it, and it was super bloody. You have to watch the. I don't remember any, or you could just look it up. Beowulf the game on like PS2 or something.
Yes.
And I used to stay up late after I was sent to bed. I was sent to bed early because my dad wanted to play these violent video games, so I would always be like tucked in, and then I would sneak out and like.
Yeah.
And that's my vision is I just remember like hiding next to the couch and like out of his sight and watching him play it. And it never fazed me, none of that violent stuff ever fazed me. I can't say that it did.
Really?
No, not the not the Hollywooded or video game type stuff.
Okay, I'm seeing it. IGN rated it a 4 out of 10.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So another story about that game, my dad let me play it once. He was just like, "Hey, don't tell your mom," like that cool dad thing that dads do. "Hey, don't tell your mom, but you could play it for me a little bit." And so I ran down this like fleshy hall. I think it was just like an animal stomach or something, because there's somewhere in the movie he like goes into a snake and like rips it open from the inside or something like that. And so I think the level was about that, but I just remember running down the fleshy wall and then just being like eaten by some like by by some creature that came out of the wall or something. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I can't really say anything because I haven't played that game.
Yeah,
but what the looks of it, it looks like it definitely looks like a traditional fucking gory game.
Now I'm trying to find it. Beowulf the game.
BEO Wolf.
BEO Wolf. Yeah, I know, John.
BEO.
I know.
BEO.
This is like my favorite animated movie. We should watch this movie. We watched this movie in class. The Beowulf movie, the 2007 Beowulf movie. And
really?
Yeah, well, we watched it in class because we read the poem. So
wait, what class was this?
This was what was it? It was some literature class, but I can't remember what. I think it was Intro to Lit. I think it was. No, that was never mind. Anyway, it was some literature class, and we read it, and then we watched this movie. And this movie is a childhood movie of mine, which is kind of fucked up because it's actually pretty fucking. It's kind of
messed up.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up, the story, but we should watch it. It's not scary or anything except one part, and it actually did scare me. But for those who know what I'm talking about, it's the first Grendel scene, and I guess you'll know that if we ever the next time we get together, I'll bring it over and we'll find a way to watch it.
Definitely, man. Let's watch that shit.
Oh, let's see. I gotta find gameplay footage of this thing now. I gotta go on a nostalgia trip. Oh, it was on the PS3. Really? We had an Xbox. I know we had an Xbox 360.
Pretty sure it was on the Xbox too. I was looking at the images and
yeah, and the Wii.
The Wii. Good lord, man.
It's wild.
Mario Party.
I loved Mario
Party. I
played
a lot of Mario Party, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Wii was kind of a vague memory. I had that shit for like 5 months and I got bored of it. So went back to my PlayStation.
The only thing I remember from the Wii, because all we had was a Wii for a while. We were Wii kids.
Yeah.
For a short while. And I remember Wii Sports Resort. That was an essential.
Ooh. Classic right there. Tennis.
No, I'm talking Wii Sports Resort though, not Wii Sports where it's just like some some baseball. Yeah, it was like an island resort where you could fence with people and fly planes and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. And that was like my decompression, was just going onto the plane level and just flying the plane around for a bit until the time ran out, and just doing that over and over so I could decompress. Anyway, there was another game called Red Steel 2, and it was pretty much a game of quick time events. If I remember it right. But like you just had
Red Steel. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Red Steel 2 was the one we had. Oops. Red Steel 2. Ah, fuck. Anyway, that was another childhood game.
Dang. Yeah, I can't really relate with all those games.
Yeah, that's all right. Anyway, I think we dried up the topics for this
Episode?
inaugural episode. Yes, the first
Yeah, man.
episode of Goatchips. Everybody,
Goatchips.
how do you feel about it, John?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it went well, but it's just the stepping stones of hopefully what could be more.
Yeah, whatever. Gotta start somewhere. Anyway, thank you for listening, everybody, and I hope your days are mentally profitable. Say bye, John.
I'm going to fucking bed. Goodbye.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.